What's up guys, Brian Grant here. Just wanted to make one final video before packing up the rest of my computer equipment here and making the big move out west from New Jersey to Seattle. There won't be any content coming to the channel, no videos, no live streams for about 10 days or so. But don't worry, I'm not leaving forever. I will be back, and when I do return, I've got some really good content planned, guys. So by the time I get out there and get everything set up, it's only going to be a few days away from the Stark Spidey Crystal returning, and I've got, I think I have about 4 tries all saved up. At least by the time his crystal comes back, I should have about 4 tries ready to go for him. And I've got the Awakening Gem, I've got a Tech Awakening Gem at the ready as well, so I only need to pull him the one time. It's not guaranteed, but you know, I've got my fingers crossed, guys. Hopefully I can get that Stark Spidey. But before that even happens, I do want to also take down the third path in Labyrinth of Legends. And the third path is going to be very interesting. It's going to be one of the more interesting paths that I'll be doing, as it's much shorter than the rest of the paths. This one is, you know, the short path. There's only going to be about 10 fights in total, but all of the fights, they're on like the inner workings of the labyrinth, which all have some kind of unique nodes to them. So the first fight is going to be against Star-Lord, wrapping around this red path to Jane Foster. And then I'm going to be branching out to the blue path, taking on OG Vision, following this thing around to Thor, then Electro, then it's going to be Black Widow, Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, and finally Rocket before, you know, coming up to Maestro here. So yeah, very short path, but all of these fights have some kind of interesting node to them, or at least an enigmatic ability. Maybe node is the wrong word, but it's basically a node, right? So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, guys. And I can't tell you exactly what day. It's whenever I get out there and get everything set up. But I do want to do this third path, hopefully before the Stark Spidey Crystal returns. Because then if I do miss out on Stark Spidey, which I hope I don't, but if I do, I only have 4 paths to do before I can get 3 extra tries at Stark Spidey, which will have to be done in the span of about 2 weeks before his crystal goes away. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time, guys. Could be a lot of good content coming to the channel. Just to show you a couple of the fights that I'm a little bit more worried about here. Got it on a notepad, the ones that I'm actually kind of nervous about, which is basically Thor and OG Vision. Those two are, you know, by far the ones that I'm worried about the most. I haven't watched video content on either one of these. I don't know if I will or not. You know, I kind of, you know, I like to know that, you know, I'm going into a fight with a champion that can beat these guys, right? Like I don't want to just, you know, for example, X23 over here, I would never want to get all the way to X23 and then find out that there's 0 chance of me passing her. But you know, so that's why I kind of know, I like to know what the nodes are going into it, but I don't want to know too much. I kind of do like it to be a little bit of a surprise when I get there. So yeah, let me show you guys what their enigmatic ability is for these 2 fights. So we'll look at Thor first. And when attacked, Thor has a 5% chance to apply a stun timer stack. So yeah, this is when I'm attacking Thor, which is going to happen a lot. So 5% chance is small, but yeah, it's probably going to happen a lot. And it stacks up to 3. And then it lasts for 30 seconds. And these stacks are removed when attacked with a heavy attack. If the timer ends, the opponent is stunned for 2 seconds. So I don't know how, you know, how difficult this is going to be. It's probably going to be pretty difficult, especially considering that you know, I'm going to be automatically stunning Thor with Gwenpool, and that means I won't have an opportunity to parry this guy much, to get in those heavy attacks, to get off those debuff timers. So yeah, that fight could actually end up being pretty brutal, just by the sounds of it at least. And then OG Vision might be the most difficult fight for me on this path. Opponents of Vision lose 5% of their power every time they dash backwards. If they dash backwards with 0 power, they become stunned for 1 second. So yeah, I'll be losing my power constantly just evading this guy, and then you know, I could potentially get stunned by him if I don't have any power. Again, I don't know how bad that is. Haven't seen any videos, but it sounds pretty bad, man. I dash back a lot. I'm really not that aggressive of an interceptor, so yeah, we'll see what happens there, guys. That could be pretty brutal, especially due to the fact that he is immune to bleed, so it's going to be a pretty long fight. But then the rest of them, You know, it's outside of Vision and then Maestro, which, you know, with a skill champion, you can't trigger any bleeds on him as well. Outside of those two champions, I should be able to do a pretty decent amount of damage to these guys, and it shouldn't take that long. It should be, you know, basically the shortest path in terms of, you know, just time it actually takes. So I'm definitely going to try to do that all in one live stream like I have the other two. But we'll see what happens when I actually get out there. Just to give a little recap on how the second path went for me, I ended up dying 89 times, which is a big step up from the 49 times that I died on my original path. As you know, the unique fights there, Agent Venom, I died 17 times, X-23 I died 11 times, and then Maestro, yeah, that dude killed me 24 times, man. That was pretty bad at the end there. But again, that fight is tough. Like, I actually didn't do that bad. I got in you know, 200 plus hit combo with Gwenpool. I timed out a few times with Archangel, doing like 150 hits before timing out and getting in some good damage. It's just it's a grind of a fight if you don't have someone that can really ramp up the damage against that guy. So yeah, 24 deaths. Hopefully next time it won't take that amount of attempts to get through them. I did have a lot of things saved up, so it only ended up costing me 944 units in total. The third path here, I'm not going to have much saved up. I'm going to try to farm some potions, but as far as the revives go, I've got like nothing at the moment. So yeah, it could end up costing me several thousand, even though I'm thinking it'll be easier than the second path here. And finally, I did want to just say thanks and give a quick shout out to the people who were on Skype with me during the second run there. These guys are also content creators, guys, so if you're looking for some additional content while I'm gone, I definitely recommend checking out all of their channels. We've got The Grand Scheme, Legacy, Kamran, Joel, B. Manny, Frojo, and Captain Bay. And a lot of you guys know who most of these people are, but I want to give an especially big shout out to Grand Scheme, who was there for over 8 hours with me, guys. A lot of these guys were there for a long time, but Grand Scheme was there from start to finish, and this guy makes some really good content. He's very knowledgeable about the game. He live streams most nights, not every night, but he live streams quite a bit. So yeah, if you're looking for some kind of live stream goodness to fill the void while I'm gone, I definitely recommend hitting up the Grand Schemes channel. Links will be in the description for all of these guys. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys when I get to Seattle. Take care.